Hello, valued viewers! I hope you're doing very well today. Today we're going to be doing this very stupid accent for all of like a minute because that wasn't even a minute, but I'm bored already. Anyway, as requested by Miss Saren Jasmine Saint, otherwise known as Karen, I'm doing balloons. So, instead of using Sada, who is my preferred hero for most maps, yeah, actually just straight up for most maps because she makes early game easier and I just don't need to care. Like in a boss event, Ben is better. If I'm doing some sort of water thing, Brickle is better. Sometimes Etienne is really good. Mostly if you're trying to do something with few towers because that means you don't have to deal with camos, basically. But instead of that, we're going to be using Quincy.
Are you kidding me? Nothing gets past my bow.
Except pink balloons. Yes, pink balloons get past his bow. And we're going to be doing ABR over here. Before I do this, I will be setting hints on and auto start off. By the way, I don't know what pet sounds are. I assume there are pets somewhere. So, I'm not going to plan ahead what I'm going to do, but I will note that I am going to use these free things, which are monkey knowledge. I actually do have quite a bit of monkey knowledge and XP, and I'm not going to try to avoid that. So, you know, take this as a template, not necessarily as what exactly you should do, because I don't know how accurately it'll work. I'll just put this guy over here somewhere. I'll put down a free glue gunner. And, you know what, just to annoy Jesus, I'm going to stick this boomerang monkey here, which is actually a really bad place for him, because he can't see any of the tracks. Which is perfect, because that'll annoy Jesus. Alright. So I turned off auto start so I can talk, and I turned on game hints so that if you want to use those, like which round we're on, yeah, instead of looking at the round number, if that's easier to remember for you, whatever. I go by round number. Yes, actually, it does. So the first thing that I want to do, I do actually want this on strong, but I'm going to go for corrosive glue early. I could probably have dealt with these camos. I forgot camos come out early because I usually play Sada and she just sees straight through that. Whatever, I can tank it because I have these and these. Did you panic when you saw the camo? No, actually I did not. I don't think we're going to see camo again for a while. The next threat that's going to happen is lead.
Quincy.
And I'm not worried about camo because at level 5, Quincy's going to see camo balloons, and we're going to be fine for a little while. I might tank a couple of balloons, I don't care that much. So, corrosive glue is going to deal with lead. Okay, there are more camos than I expected. Small problem, whatever.
Seriously?
Didn't break my shield. Yes, actually I am. You don't need to click those away, yeah, I don't know why I'm doing that. So I guess since we are seeing camos, I'm gonna save up slightly. Oh, I wonder when that's gonna happen too. Is it gonna be right now? I will put this guy here. I want to leave space in the middle in case I want to put tack shooters down, because this corner right here, you can fit like 4 tack shooters right here and clear a lot of balloons, if you need to. I'm not really planning ahead, I'm just giving myself that opportunity, because this guy can see the corners anyway. And with this, I think... Actually, I'll put this guy on camo cryo. This basically makes it so he hits any camo before anything else, if there's a camo. And you can see here, because he's targeting strong, he targets leads. Because he has corrosive glue, a lead that gets glued gets popped after a few seconds, which is good enough for me. So now I should be good for a few rounds, and I'm just gonna casually save up for farms. And you can see why I usually play with auto start, because I keep starting the rounds. Usually I'll do hotkeys, but I'm trying to avoid that for this game, because you can't see what hotkey I click, but you can see where my mouse is. I even have big mouse cursor. If you want big mouse cursor, where is big? You can just set this. I don't know why it might affect performance, but like this is really hard to see on the screen. This is really easy to see on the screen, and it can be distracting sometimes. This obviously also helps. Anyway, I can buy a farm. Let's place a farm down pseudo-randomly. Farm produces money. You might have heard Jesus say it. You've probably heard me say it. When it comes down to it, balloons, I should not... The hotkey to upgrade these is comma, period, and slash. They're all right next to each other on the keyboard. Right next to your right shift key. So I might just do those by instinct because I'm used to it. Sorry. The reason we say balloons is an economy game is because balloons is an economy game. The more money you have, the more resources you have, the more options you have. So farming early really snowballs because you can buy more farms and therefore farm more, and therefore, again, it snowballs. And this is one of the reasons why contested territory is a really good place to start, because contested territory teaches you to kind of play as if it's least cash sometimes. And if you play the game as if it's least cash in the early rounds, it pays a lot of dividends in the later rounds because you spend that money on farms. That's really the easiest way to play this, is play your defenses as if it's least cash and then build farms. With my farms, what I'm doing is I place a farm, I upgrade it to 200, and then I place another farm. Basically, those two upgrades are very cost efficient because they're both very cheap, and I think like between these they double or triple the amount of money you get from the banana farms. So this is a lot of value on a tower that costs, what did it cost? 1,300. Valuable bananas gives you 25% extra cash, and it's pretty expensive. Easy Collect and Banana Salvage are cheap, but they don't give you anything. So they suck. The bottom path really does actually suck to rush, because it doesn't give you any extra money until you pay for Marketplace, which is really expensive. And while I'm here, I might as well talk about... So the best things to go for these are... If you're not using Benjamin, the top path banana farm will always give the most money. It just sucks. Well, no, okay. One caveat. If you're not playing Benjamin and you're not boat farming, I don't know. Boat farming has been nerfed since I actually knew how good it is. It might actually be better to go Central Marketplace because Central Markets buff boat farms. And that snowball might outdo top path. I don't know. Genuinely. But top path will always generate the most money. Really, you want to upgrade to banana plantations, then grab banana research facilities, sell all your... Well, buy plantations, sell plantations to get one research facility, then rebuy plantations and buy up to facilities, and sell all the facilities and buy centrals, and so on and so forth. You basically want to get up as quickly as possible the tiers here, because these are really strong and produce lots of money. It's just annoying because you have to collect it. If you're using Ben, or you want lots of money with less fuss, you can use banks. Banks are actually really money efficient because of interest. So they produce the second most money, or the most if you're using Benjamin. A little trick that you can use, because if you've never used the bank, you have to go and actually collect it when it gets full. If you upgrade your banks to IMF loan, if you do this, IMF loan with 2 in the top tier, and then you get one bank that's Monkey Bank but has Easy Collect. Not Banana Salvage, Easy Collect. That bank will glow, and this bank actually will fill up at the same pace as the IMF loan with greater production. So that's like an indicator that you can go collect all. Little micro optimization. And then bottom path. Bottom path is just lazy. It doesn't make as much money as the other guys, again, except for maybe to buff boat farming. Don't know. But you don't have to do anything to collect it, just like the description says. It also gives some lives if you have the monkey knowledge for it, which can be useful. And Monkey Wall Street is actually really strong. Yeah. I think it is actually better than Banana Central and Monkeynomics late game, like really late into the game. And it also collects everything from these guys. But you probably, this is a $64,000 tower. You are not going to be buying this on ABR unless you are really good at farming. So what am I going to do this game? I kind of have to decide what kind of farm I'm going to go with. I could probably go for banks. I don't really want to go top path because I'm lazy. But I think I'm going to go for 3 marketplaces. So I'm going to start by placing all 3 at top tier. Basically 3-2-0-0 farms.
Yes.
Haha, I already put down a farm. I have 2 farms. You cannot starve me of cash. And these 4 towers, I mean, they're just kind of handling things. I'd like to point out the Boomerang Monkey is doing really, really good. Jesus. And they could, like, Boomerang, if you buff this, if you put this thing on Glaive Ricochet, this thing will handle a lot of balloons. I just don't really need to do that right now. Like I said, it's to annoy Jesus. We're doing absolutely fine right now. That is a problem.
Come on.
And this guy does not have this yet, so we're just going to end up tanking that. That sucks.
Oh, come on.
At 23 leak. You will notice, if not for my monkey knowledge, I would have been in real trouble by now. I think what I would have had to do is sell a farm, and I could have either gone for Flash Bomb here, or I would have gone for Fireball and Monkey Sense. Is probably the cheapest way to pop a Camel Lead. Just pointing out, Monkey Knowledge is kind of saving me there. I could be doing better. But we'll just continue. Tanking balloons is really something that you have to get used to, because if you can, again, this is an economy game. If you can save money early without actually dying or losing from it. Like, I just saved, by tanking that balloon instead of buying all this crap, I saved, this is 625, this is 325, that's 650, 950, plus 405. I've saved 1355, I think that is. That's a lot of money. That's a banana farm. And this banana farm produces more money. So I have made money off of tanking those rounds. And once Quincy hits this, we'll have some ability to deal with Camel Lead. I will pop Quincy's ability to pop these down a little more. That was a bit of a loss. Okay. And we're starting to suffer a little bit.
What's up?
I'm thinking maybe I should add a defense. But not yet.
Oh, come on!
I can still afford to tank down a little bit. And see, now Quincy is doing this. And that is clearing things out pretty okay.
Come on!
So I no longer need to worry. And I think I let some bananas spoil. Oops. So now I have a marketplace. With one marketplace, I think I've let this defense go long enough. I'm going to try to get something. What do I need to worry about? So it looks to me like when I have non-camo balloons, I'm okay. The glue gunner and the boomerang are taking care of that. It looks to me like we are having problems specifically with camo balloons. Camo leads are the real problem, but taking care of that is kind of expensive. Taking care of just camo is not. What I'm going to do is I'm going to buy Seeking Shuriken. So when this guy hits a target, basically it's maximizing Pierce, because this guy doesn't shoot down any straight line, but he throws in a straight line. If I get Seeking Shuriken, he'll throw here, and then it'll bounce that way. And that's basically just making the most of every shuriken he throws. And then I'm going to get this. So he throws further and he can do more damage with it. If I placed him a little better, he might see down here and cover a few balloons. That's not really a big deal. And I think with that, we should be good until we hit the Moab. I might need to get like one upgrade to cover ceramics. I think my ceramic update would be Balloon Dissolver if I absolutely have to get that, but I don't think I do. The next problem is the Moab. I don't remember when the Moab comes out on ABR, so I might get screwed by that, but if that happens, you will see what I do with it. Because in every mode except Chimps, it is totally legal to save scum. And we can take advantage of that. We have that right. If you want a mode where you cannot save scum, go play Balloons Tower Defense Battles. Alright, 34, I'm probably going to deal with the Moab now. So, how do we deal with the Moab? There are a number of good options. You could just go for Overdrive or Ring of Fire and just put them here, attack shooters. When you place these guys, you can basically put them... If you use nudge mode, you can basically put them pixel perfect. And I'm going to put it a pixel too far, but you see how it will shoot inside of the track. So all of these tacks will always be hitting balloons, and that's valuable. A second option would be to take Sticky Bomb. Sticky Bomb is very effective against Moabs. It basically blows them up at once. An interesting idea is to go for Sprockets with Deconstruction, which is expensive, kind of. It's a lot of tiers. It's actually cheaper than Sticky Bomb, and the idea is basically you go for Sentry Expert, and you're arguing that you can now handle a lot of things besides Moabs with this tower. And there are a number of ways you can make that sort of thing. I think what I'm going to do is this. Is pick a place to put down a plane, and I'm going to try to go top path. Fighter plane fires missiles at Moabs. It's very effective. I can give this guy Spy Plane if I need to and have more camo damage. I could go for Operation Dart Storm down the line. What I really could do is go for Spectre. Spectre will actually just win this game if I go for that, and I might do that. I might do that in a second one, though, because it's really expensive to go for never miss targeting, and that's basically where you need to be. You need this to get the Moab. I'm still doing farms. I want to get this up as soon as I can, so I want to get this up to fighter plane because I don't remember where the Moab is in ABR, and then I want to... I'm just watching this to make sure... Sorry.
Come on!
Yeah, I can pop that if I need it. And that was a really, really big leak. You see I'm getting lives back. Like, I am playing this very dangerously because I'm trying to get lots of farms in. You don't have to play this dangerously. I wouldn't... You could have played this a lot better if you saw this coming and you just had camo lead popping earlier. Or you had more camo popping. Like, as you can see, I don't actually remember how to ABR. But now I have fighter plane. Fighter plane is going to cover me for the first Moab. So I think now I feel safe going for Marketplace. I know this is ABR, so we're going to get a fortified Moab early.
Oh, come on!
Okay. That's fine. You know what? Now that we can do this... So I really should have gone for Spy Plane there. Let's restart. So, Quincy, I feel like was a good option. This guy was actually doing some good work, but we'll put him here-ish so he can kind of see there. And we'll put this guy down. So what went wrong was basically camo. So we're going to focus more on that ninja now, knowing that we lost. What I could have done is save scum. If you press escape and go home, it saves your place. You can restart it. Who cares? Me losing there is basically me trying to play super optimally, and that's what you do if you're playing optimally, is you lose because you try to go too far. I'm going to tank this first camo round. I could have placed this instead of the boomerang. Don't care. And this time we're going to place the boomerang right... I think right here is good. The idea being that once I get this top upgrade, he'll be able to shoot there. And this time we're going to be more aggressive. We're going to go for caltrops and we're going to go for sharp shurikens. Both of them are cheap upgrades still, so it won't put me too behind in farming. But it will add a little bit of damage to the camo detection. And before I go back to farms, I'm going to get spy plane. And I think otherwise I'm going to do the same plan. So actually, I'm just going to turn auto start on now, because we've talked through these rounds. And I'll turn it back on when we get into the 30s. I'm not really worried about losing early, because this is really fast, especially if we do this. Oh yeah, need that. Need this.
Oh yeah.
I could honestly go into video editing software and cut that entire first game out, but I don't want to. I want to show you that it's okay to lose because you don't remember the rounds. That happens. Who cares? And last time I tanked that round. I tanked all of those camos because I didn't know. And now that I know what to expect, I can plan ahead for that. And, you know, if I was really playing optimally, I could have anticipated that, and I could have said, look, I want to build this ninja instead of the boomerang, because I don't really need the troll Jesus. I could be saying, hey, I want to go for top path farms instead of being lazy, and then I want to get my plane with spy plane and never miss targeting early. I could go for this, where I have a lot of primary monkeys. I could be going for radar scanner. I could have afforded that, and that would just win against camos. I have a lot of options, basically, that I'm just not taking because I'm not being super strategic about this. I don't want to be. I'm very intentionally trying to show you don't have to be planning everything rounds and rounds in advance. As long as the key here is we are farming and we are getting money. And that's really what's going to hurt you if you try to do alternate balloons rounds and you don't have XP to get these banana farms. Is you don't have XP, you can do this. What you could do, because you get monkey money for beating around, you could get banana farmers, these guys. You see I have quite a few of them saved up. Because you can just put them down and build top path farms, and that way you don't have to focus on the cross paths. You just always get as much money as you can. Once again, I missed camel lead. I'm not gonna deal with it. Oh well. Just like I said last time, if I go for popping this camel lead, I have to pay a lot of money. And I consider popping that, just letting that tank is totally worth it. Because I want to be getting my farms as soon as possible so that I have the resources to deal with this. And I think as an adaptation to last time, I'm going to get these two things early. I don't know if that reaches, actually.
Come on. Seriously?
Yeah, it does. Okay. I don't think I need to go further than this for a little bit. So I'm going to go for one marketplace and then give that guy more upgrades. Oh, that is not the same one as I was upgrading. Whoops.
Seriously?
That is not intentional. That is me screwing up. It's not that much money. The lucky thing is those are cheap. So even though I've lost money doing that, it doesn't set me back. And you know what? I'm going to go for double shot. Double shot should really cover me because it's literally double DPS, and I think we're fine after that. So now that that's done, I'm going to upgrade the wrong farm again, because I'm stupid. Great. Okay, so right around here, we're coming up on where we lost last time. I'm going to get this farm. I'm going to be really behind where I was on getting the plane, because I have put 2 upgrades in here, and I have put a lot of upgrades in here that I didn't last time. I think that's okay, though, because last time I got this really far ahead of time. Oh, and for these, basically you want the ace to be as close as possible for the track if you're going with either of these two paths. I'll talk about the third path in a second, or if I actually go down that way for it. But basically, because he shoots unguided darts, if you imagine him shooting darts as he flies around this track, you want him to be on top of the balloons so they hit as many as possible. If he's flying a circle, when he's up here, he's hitting very few balloons with his darts, because all the darts that are firing up are just missing. If he's near the track, he's hitting all the balloons. And if you're really, really like sweaty with this game, you can be like, I want to keep him near the track. I'm going to keep changing the targeting to make him fly where I want him to. I could do that. I actually did pretty good right there at keeping him in this general area. It's really laborious. It takes work. I don't like it. So I'm going to avoid that because I am not close enough to losing that it's necessary. And I'm going to go spy plane early because I'm kind of still nervous about camos. I'm adapting my strategy here, even if I'm going fundamentally the same thing. So I'm getting spy plane first and then going for fighter plane, and I think that's still fine. The Moab's not here yet. So now, I still think that I can finish this marketplace. So that's fine. After that, I'm going to go for a Dart Storm, because I know that there is a fortified Moab coming up fast. Because this is ABR, and one of the few things I remember about ABR is that it likes to send you fortified Moabs right after the regular versions. So I'm guessing that round 39 is the regular Moab, because round 40 on regular balloons is the Moab. And therefore on round 40 is the fortified Moab. And I want Operation Dart Storm because he's going to give me the extra damage to clear the fortified Moab, is my line of thought here. And now I have all three marketplaces, so I can stop caring about this side of the map. For now. And because I have all these farms, this just goes really fast. Next round, Moab as usual. Or is it? I was wrong. Okay, so 39 did not have a Moab, but 40 did have a fortified Moab. But I was ready for it because I went for Dart Storm. This popped pretty early, but I don't have towers in the back half, so that was probably a good idea. I could probably have, if I didn't have Dart Storm, I could have gone for a tack shooter here or something like that to try and clear those. What I really could do that would be very cost efficient is go for this Druid of the Jungle. Druid of the Jungle just clears ceramics and a lot of balloons very efficiently. Actually, if you get Spirit of the Forest, he will solo until like round 70, even on ABR, because he has infinite pierce and he will damage every balloon on screen at the same time. If you give him lead popping, he will just kill everything. I'm trying to stay away from that path right now. What I am going to do, though, is go for this. Basically, I'm improving my ability with this to clear a lot of balloons at the same time. And you can see we're doing a lot better. This Boomerang Monkey can really clear. I'm now going to go for top path Glue Gunner. And now, because I invested so hard in these early farms, life is really easy. Because I now have the money, I don't have to deal with this crap. I'm rich. We are experiencing class warfare, and we are the 1%. And the balloons are those filthy plebeians that don't have their own marketplaces. They don't own the markets, they just go and buy shit from our markets. Or I don't know what the hell I'm saying. Whatever. So, this is kind of all of the things that I want for the moment. I have Moab popping here. I have... Both of these guys actually do basically the same job, and they do it very well. These guys both do the job of clearing lots of balloons at the same time. And if I really wanted to be good, I could have built one of these guys. I can't move them without going for Chinook. I could move one of these guys down here and basically try to cover late pops. I could go for that. What I'm going to what my next problem is going to be is basically Operation Dartstorm has enough mob popping power to clear the BFB that we're going to get on round 60. And I'm thinking that's going to be our next major threat. The problem is going to be, what do we do with the balloons that come from it? Because it's going to pop like down here somewhere and we're out of range for it.
Yes?
So 2 options, well 3 options. Number 1, fortify to the defense down here. We put, say, a good option would be to put this recursive cluster down here. Actually, that would clear balloons perfectly fine. Everything except camo, which this ninja would handle, and which also do not come from any Moab you're going to face in ABR. Okay, that works. I could also put down that druid we were talking about. He would do a very, very good job here. But to reduce the number of towers we need to get XP for, hypothetically, and also because I mentioned it, let's use a Spectre. So I think we can get a Spectre fairly early, especially if we sell these, which I'm not sure we will. What we could do, if we were being really sweaty, is go for Spectre with Radar Scanner and Jungle Drums, and then be able to go for Top Path. This doesn't really do much, I don't think, but this one would give us a lot of extra damage. Whatever. I'm going to go for Middle Path because we don't have a lot of camo. What we want to do when we hit Never Miss Targeting basically changes the game for Ace. And you'll see why in a second, but basically I'm saying because I'm doing Never Miss Targeting, I'm going to put this guy way over here. And he looks stupid right now. So I'm going to give him Centered Path so he at least looks sort of okay. Like I said, this is a path where, and I wish we could see this side of it, but this is going on the wrong side of the map. This is the exact path that I said this is a stupid path. But I can't do anything with it because if I don't use this centered path, I can't say where the center is. Centered path, I can put him over here. Basically, I'm just using this until I hit Never Miss Targeting. So this is so that I can get some value out of him until then. And I am being strategic about where I put him until I get there, because I don't need any help popping these. These rounds are easy. So I passed that one round. He got 17 pops. Probably didn't need to optimize him. All right, Never Miss Targeting. Changes the nature of the game. I'm gonna put him on figure 8 so he is as far away from the entrance as possible. And why I'm doing that is his darts now seek, but they seek with this really big radius, so I want to give them as much time as possible to be seeking towards the balloons, so that when they get there, they're on nice straight lines, and again go through lots of balloons, because monkey aces go through lots of balloons. The next thing I want is Spectre. It's expensive as shit, so I'm just going to give him Spy Plane. I'm kind of losing my voice, because I was talking a lot at work earlier today too. Sorry, I spent a lot of time at work explaining things to people, so I'm losing my voice. I hope that's not screwing with the video too much. I want to save up for Spectre now, so I'm getting Spy Plane because it's cheap and will deal with camos. This is now an exit guard, basically. Because he will seek things down here, he will automatically target first. So I'm going to basically just go through the rounds. I'm going to turn auto start back on because my plan is now do as little as possible unless A, if balloons are getting too far, I will do something about that, or B, if we get 25,270 monkey bucks, I will buy Spectre. If we have problems depending on where we are, I might just opt to sell farms because Spectre is going to be Spectre is going to carry us, if not through the end of the game, until we're very, very close to the end of the game. So I'm not sure we need a lot more money after we get that upgrade.
that all you got? Yes.
If I was really wanting to video edit this, I would definitely just fast forward this with some like elevator music. Luckily, we don't have to care. We have unlocked Quincy's level 10 ability. This will just rain arrows on somebody. It's actually pretty strong, but at this point, I don't need it. And we are going to get it this round. So let's slow down and Spectre. This is one of my favorite upgrades. Jesus can testify to that.
BFB incoming.
Oh, the BFB comes out this early on ABR? Wow. Usually, hang on. In Bloons by default, every 20 rounds you get a bigger and badder thing. That's not so much true, I think, for the first 20 rounds. But round 40 is the Moab, round 60 is the BFB, round 80 is the Zomig, and round 100 is the BAD. Those are basically the big blimp rounds to worry about. In case you're taking notes, off of memory, the first camo spawns at 24, the first lead spawns at 28, and the first DDT spawns at round 90. Those are big rounds to be scared of. Other rounds to be scared of are 63, which is a shitload of ceramics that spawn in very close succession, and you need to have resources to deal with that. And round 76, which is a lot of regrow ceramics. I'm not sure if they're camo. But basically, if you clear them too slowly, they will just regrow farm, which basically means when you split a ceramic balloon, it splits into more than one balloon. And if they're regrows, they will all regrow back to ceramics. So regrow farming basically means you're multiplying the number of balloons on screen. And that will very quickly lose you the game. Unless you are doing some specific setup. There are setups you can do where you intentionally regrow farm in order to get extra pops for like a Paragon or for XP or some crap like that. You used to be able to do it for money, but regrowed balloons do not grant money. Anymore, at least. So anyway, Spectre. Spectre launches all of these in basically a straight line. I think actually, if we really watch them, they do seek a little bit. They fire along a little curve, but it's very small. So basically, I want Spectre positioned so that he is firing in as straight a line as possible into as straight a line of balloons as possible. So because we have this nice long straight line here that the balloons travel, I want him to be able to spend as much time as possible firing down this straight line. And actually, I could now put this on Figure Infinite. I think this would be a little bit more straight. The big weakness of this guy is if the balloons get ahead of him. If the balloons are running away from him, these shots might not catch up to them. And if they are traveling like perpendicular to him, like this, he might start to miss them because these don't seek very well. On this map, in this spot, he's not going to have any problem unless very strong and fast balloons get here. Actually, because that's close to him, they have to get like here probably or further, so this is not scary. And I'm basically just going to let this ride. I genuinely think this could finish, if not the 80, this will get us into the 70s probably. What I could do now is I could go for Glaive Lord, which is the tier 5. I could go for Balloon Solver, is actually what I think I'm going to do. Balloon Solver is really OP, to be honest.
Is that all you got?
He can't see camos, but if we just upgrade him, he's leaving this shit on the track. He hits all of the balloons we need you to do this, and he will pop Moabs on his own. Look how quickly things pop. If I slow it down, look how quickly things are popping once they reach his area of effect. Balloon Solver is, I mean, he's a solver to balloons. What more do you want? I could go for here, I could go for like Dark Knight, I could go for supers. I don't think that's important. I genuinely think with Balloon Solver and this guy, the only threat we might have would be a really strong camo rush, but Spectre, this guy can handle that. I'm gonna accelerate again. 63, by the way, is actually easier on ABR than it is on normal, because there's... On normal, the balloons come out really packed. Here, they don't. So what upgrades could we put on this, hypothetically? We could put on a monkey village. I probably don't need to be opening this. If we put on a monkey village, what I would be doing is jungle drums and call to arms, or homeland defense, going this way. Because radar scanner on the balloon solver would be nice. Monkey intelligence bureau would be nice on a lot of guys. And, you know, more attack speed and more popping power are good. These guys are actually really good upgrades that I just don't get. Because extra cash and cheaper shit is really good. I just don't go for it. We could also go for an alchemist buff. And, you know what? I'm just going to alch buff nothing. What I could do with alchemist buff is go for stronger stimulant, which basically makes whatever towers he buffs stronger. And basically you go for faster throwing if he's buffing a lot of towers, or stronger acid if he's only buffing like 2 or 3. Because this path makes his potions last longer, I think. So this one has more uptime on the potion for 1 tower. The bottom path lets him apply it to more towers. Sell that. And you know what? Just for the hell of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go for a perma spike. Why not? Let's put this in smart. Let's go faster production. Let's alch buff this guy. There we go. So, I genuinely think nothing's going to hit this. If something does, we will see. We will see with this spike factory exactly how wrong I was. Exactly how far away from tanking the entire game Spectre with this lineup to get to it is. The reason I'm alch buffing this guy is basically for, screw it, acidic mixture dip. This is a really good upgrade to get because he lets a tower pop lead when it usually can't pop lead. And actually I didn't think of this. This would have been a good option for my camo lead problem back on round like 10 or whatever that was. I could have popped a alch buff like here, or maybe even down here so he doesn't hit the glue gunner, to try to give Quincy and this ninja monkey acidic mixture dip is what it's called, right? So that he can pop lead.
Headshot.
And I don't need money anymore. Screw farms. Permaspike. And now we will just sit back and wait. As far as when these would fail, I think this setup would fail when we get to DDTs. DDTs are camo, lead, fast Moabs, which means they're basically hell. Can Spectre handle them? Yes, but it takes him a minute.
Is that all you got?
And they will get very far down the track, and we do not have... They'll get to like here, and they will spawn camo balloons that we can't really deal with in mass, because the only thing shooting them will be this ninja and that Spectre. So he will have to deal with the ceramics, and then he won't deal with the DDT, so it'll pop over here, so the next one will pop down here and leak. Or something like that. Could this handle the bad?
COMG incoming.
I'm honestly not sure. I don't think we have enough damage. I think we would pop the bad and the DDTs would get through. Actually, not with permaspike.
Headshot.
I think right now the DDTs would just run into this stack of spikes and die. This stack of spikes might honestly be able to tank the bad. And there we go. So what was doing the work here? This Operation Dartstorm that we got early got 43,000 pops. It actually wasn't doing that much late game, but it is a pretty cheap tower to be popping this much. especially because of how good it did with Moabs, is why I went for it. It gave me a lot of security early on in the game for just not having to deal with blimps and therefore being able to save up for Spectre. Quincy got 27,000 pops. That's alright, sure. He's cheap and he gets strong throughout the game, so you basically always want to place a hero, even if he kind of sucks. Ninja Monkey only got 5,000 pops. This is definitely the weakest link, but he's also really cheap. I invested in this guy very little, and he put in a lot of work and pretty much saved our ass from camos. And something like that can be valuable. Just one cheap tower that protects you from really getting screwed. Boomerang Monkey, 11,000 pops. He fell off because I stopped investing in him. He's the cheapest tower that isn't Quincy. Yeah. He was doing really solid early game. Again, because I didn't have to invest in more Glue Gunner early because of him. And Glue Gunner did freaking fantastic. As he should. I put a lot of money into him. But I got him pretty late. And that's a lot of pops. Again, Balloon Solver is a very strong tower. But of course, the star of the show by surprisingly little actually is Spectre. Spectre could probably have gone a little bit further than Balloon Solver. A, it can see camo. B, it can see past here. That makes it a better tower, even if Balloon Solver is probably popping more. I also should have set this guy to strong. So, now that this is done, let's just free play. Let us see how far this is going to get, without me upgrading anything. Just so we can see how good this setup is.
Oh yeah. BF incoming.
Like I said, I think the two threats are DDTs and the bad. I happen to know if you free play on alternate balloons rounds, round 100 gives you a fortified bat.
Headshot.
Which is extremely scary. That thing has like 100,000 health or some bullshit. It doesn't have 100,000 health. How much health does it have? I'm gonna look it up while you watch the game. BTD6 bat. Okay. Nope. Okay. The BAD has 50,000 lives. The fortified BAD has 92,000 lives. 93,000 actually. That's its red balloon equivalent, or basically how much damage it would take to pop it down to nothing.
Headshot.
So 100,000 pops essentially. I was right. I just didn't think I was right because that's a lot. 100,000 pops is almost as much as these towers had got by now, but look at how much.
Headshot.
It has been 7 rounds since I clicked free play, and look how high this number is. Look how high this number is. The 80s are really where we spike in difficulty. Yeah, DDTs. These just pop. The Spike Factory just saved us. That was 1,037 pops. So if I didn't bother with this, we would have just lost. In both the normal game and ABR, round 81 and on is where we start getting hard. There we get what are called super ceramics, which are faster and tougher and don't split up as much to reduce lag, even though we know it can lag. That's really where you start getting shitloads of money just from pops, even though the money per pop is reduced. I don't have farms, I will remind you that. And that's where the game gets really, really hard. Then round 90 gets incredibly hard, but you only have to face those rounds on Impoppable and Chimps and on contested territory challenges. So you really don't have to worry about those unless you're going for what I would classify Impoppable and Chimps as very advanced sort of gameplay. And obviously contested territories are contested territories. It's supposed to be kind of challenging. And you can see, like, We are being saved because Permaspike is actually an overpowered tower if you give him the chance to set up this pile of spikes. This guy has tanked 35,000 balloons. He tanked 6,000 balloons right there. It's kind of sketch because you don't know what's in here. If I really wanted to, I would give him a Monkey Intelligence Bureau so he can always pop lead. I don't care. I actually don't know if... I think he can... Any spike put down under the influence of the Alk buff can pop lead, is how that works.
Headshot.
So, like I said, we're not handling DDTs. How would we handle DDTs? We could probably upgrade this guy to Sky Shredder. That would handle DDTs. A very interesting idea would be to give this guy a... MIB. You don't need a MIB, you can give this guy a radar scanner. But basically, if this guy could see camo, he could see DDTs. Actually, this should be set on first, like I was saying. And if he could see DDTs and damage them, we would be in a much better shape. We could also go for a Flying Fortress. That would help. I don't think it would help enough. Really what we should be going for DDTs are things like super monkeys or helicopters, or we should be going for something more than this to really be killing DDTs, or sticky bomb sort of stuff. So we can pop this bad, but if you pay attention to where it is, it's popping over here. The fortified bad has twice as much health. It is not going to pop before it leaves. Because this guy pops here. And we're actually just going to eat all of that. This guy is a fortified BAD. He is super scary. And we do not have something that can eat him. So he is going to leak this into this permaspike. The permaspike just ate like 50,000 red balloon equivalent. I think he could actually eat this whole thing if he didn't. Let's give him a fighting chance and do this. Okay. I think he could actually tank this if we gave him time to set up a new spike pile, but we didn't.
You can all have some.
So we're giving him a fighting chance, but this is not going to pop before then. I don't think he has enough spikes to pop all of it.
Come on.
Yep. So that's how far we can last. I had plenty of money. I could have gotten Flying Fortress that would have popped the fortified bad and therefore gotten through the Parma spike, giving me an instant monkey. But this is how far we could go with the setup that I got, and I got this thing in like the 50s. I mean, this is a very, very powerful setup. So anyway, that's that. What else could we do? What I would like to do is, let's just pop on Sawdust so we can see the difference between why I was struggling a little bit early to justify myself. Let's pick, where is a map? You can see I have a lot of just saved shit here. Like, this is around 217. Look at the nonsense that I've done here. This is bullshit. This is absolute objective crap. I mean, it's not. This is ridiculous. But that's just like me goofing off and going for high rounds. So let me see, is there somewhere that I have not ABR'd that doesn't have a save game for me to forget? We could overwrite that. Let's ABR. The thing with Sada is she's melee. So I want to find a place where I can use her that's one track. So I'm thinking let's try Cracked. Alternate balloons rounds. Yeah, thanks. So, Sada. Swords. Yay. We can see she has really shitty range, so we want to put her inside a band. I'm thinking here.
This is me, pop star.
The power of Sada is... Actually, let me restart. I'm planning ahead very slightly, so I'm going to put her in the corner like here. What I'm thinking is that late game I might put an ice tower here so that she can spend longer hitting them, is why I moved her. And I'm just going to stick this glue gunner here. I think free Dart Monkey is objectively a better start, but free Glue Gunner is a good support tower, and Sada will solo early as long as we give her some support for lead. So, Sada, melee, she can see camo natively, so You will see with this game why it is that I usually go for Sada. Why she is my most played hero. And it's not because she's the strongest. I think Geraldo is, but she is a very comfortable hero because she gives so much early game power that there is very little you have to worry about. And that means we can do, you know what? Farm. We can farm. Dude, nothing has gotten past here. Go away. And this time, you know what? I think I'm gonna go triple bank. Just to show you, I don't think I need the money, but I want to show you how banks work. Why am I doing 3? I don't know. Don't. You kind of heard she can't pop leads. Oh look, balloons are leaking. If only there was some way we could stop them.
Now we talking.
She can do that. Alright, farm. Speaking of pissing off Jesus, this is also probably pissing off Jesus. I am not microing my position of my banana farms. If you're on a map with very little space or with very bad placement for banana farms, you want to micro these. You want to like use it. By the way, if you don't know how to use nudge mode, you can if you place a tower where it can't go, then you let go and you click somewhere else, you can drag him around, and he drags slower than your cursor now, so you can adjust where he can go. And basically what you would want to do is you do that and place the banana farm in a pixel perfect pack so you can have as many as possible. I'm not planning on buying that many banana farms, so what is my plan for banana banks, or whatever they're called? I only know, like, top path, bank, and marketplace. That's what I call them. I don't actually know what these towers are called. Soon. Stick. I basically just want these close enough that I can put my mouse here and collect all the bananas. My plan for banks is basically get a bunch of banks. I want to go through top path again. Top path gives the most money early on. And like, look, by the way, quick pause. We're about 21. I have not had to do anything besides click one ability so far. I don't even remember. Did we see the camel lead? That it didn't hit over here. Oh, look.
Leaping sword.
Ah, there. Speaking of which, okay, maybe I shouldn't have used this. Let's see if we get that back. Meanwhile, let's build a farm. My plan is to get 3 banks. I can probably just wait until they all fill up, and then you upgrade them all to IMF loan. Oh, look.
Leaping sword. I'm as sharp as it gets.
Very scary Camelot. That, like, this is very, very simple. Sada makes this so easy. So I want to go through, I'm going to go through and get valuable bananas on all of these this time on purpose. Because valuable bananas makes the bananas more valuable. I feel like that doesn't need explaining. So I'm going to get all my valuable bananas up, and then I'm going to go for a full suite of banks, upgrade them all to, what the fuck are they? IMF loan? Oh shit.
Leaping sword.
You'll notice the swords can pop lead. I needed to use that early so that I would be able to wait, and then... Boop.
Leaping sword.
Sada is really strong on any map where the balloons will only come from one place and go by a place where she can attack them. Like, she is situationally incredibly strong. Because
Leaping sword.
that will cover balloons for a relatively small amount of time. But she is...
Pop that.
You didn't pop that.
Leaping sword.
She is really, really strong for that situation. For this, she has already gotten 5,000 pops, and I am doing nothing to micro her. Okay. So, because I'm not going for marketplaces, I need to be worrying about Moab defense early. Could Sada handle the Moab? Maybe. Probably. I don't want to worry about it. Instead of doing this, because I did this last time, let's go with a different idea. I think my idea for mob popping this time is going to be a mob mauler. This used to be my favorite. This is possibly still one of Jesus's favorites. It's a very strong approach to handling a Moab, because this does a shitload of damage to a Moab. We can get Moab Assassin, which gives us an ability to assassinate a Moab. I feel like a lot of this is self-explanatory. Okay, Sada is finally starting to struggle a little bit. And she's struggling with amounts that we can leave this. So, okay, what are we struggling with? I feel like this can probably handle the Moab in correspondence with Sada, so this is kind of annoying. I'm just gonna do this again. This is basically an exit guard, even though it's over here. I just want to stop having to wait for these to go over there, and eventually we will lose to that. You'll notice the bank is still getting money. It's not full, so I don't have to worry about it. I also screwed up, and I... Remember when I said I was thinking about putting an ice tower here? I can't do that anymore. So, good going, Ryan. Let's not do that, I guess. Another bank. So, I don't remember when this will fill up, so basically the problem with banks is that you waste money because you don't collect them early enough.
Get ready! Moab!
Okay, wow. That genuinely does not pop the Moab. If only we could, well, we could do this. We could tank those. That would, we would legitimately live that, I think, but let's just save scum it. Again, screw this. If we go back here, because I actually have an example, save scumming is perfectly fine. You will get no penalty whatsoever for everything except chimps. So if you do that thing, you just go home, it saves your place, and you can come back in at the beginning of the round. Super useful. In contested territories, I think it sets you back to the nearest multiple of 20. In chimps, the only difference is if you don't go out, you get this black token. If you do go out, you get this red token. And you can, this black border is what you get for completing everything on this map, including chimps with black. I do think you actually get a red border for doing it otherwise. I don't know. Anyway, so, problem. We cannot kill the Moab. By which I mean we could kill the Moab, but it's too late and we leak too much. Solution? We could go for something like Balloon Dissolver if we had a little bit more money. Go for Moab Assassin if we had a lot more. I'm just going to collect the money from the bank. This is really good for it. Buy Moab Assassin. And now I'm really close to Monkey Bank. This will assassinate the Moab. Again, that's its name. Also, this passively does more Moab damage. So now if we watch it.
Get ready! Moab!
A, the Moab should pop earlier. B, now that it's popped, Sada's swords pop all the ceramics, and we're fine. There you go, a nice little save scum. So, what's my next idea? Because, as you can see, we are now leaking a lot.
Oh, I could have popped that.
I'm gonna do this. Notice, this is that druid. He is sending out vines anywhere on the map. It grabs one balloon and kills it, and the balloons behind it have to run over it and take damage. He is really, really good at this balloon popping thing.
Get ready!
And actually, this is a garbage place for him. I just realized. Why is that a garbage place for him, Ryan? You might ask. Well, the reason it's a garbage place for him is because this upgrade generates money. And he generates more money depending on what's near him. That's alright. Let's put another one over here. He can't shoot the track. If I give him Druid of the Jungle, he can shoot vines all the way over into the track. And when I get this, he'll get money. Yay. I'm also going to give him Hard Thorns. Hard Thorns is because he cannot normally pop lead. If I give him Hard Thorns, he can pop lead. I will also give... Oh, I already gave Hard Thorns to that guy. Never mind. What is my strategy for this game? Well, remember when I said Spirit of the Forest is really strong? we're going to give him a look today. Yay. I don't know, this gave us 680. It usually gives us like 300. Give us 680 because he's next to all these farms. See? That's what this is where I should have done with this guy first. Oh well. I'm gonna make him Jungle's Bounty. Anyway, he still gives money. And, okay. That's gonna die. I would probably be noticing this stuff is happening before if I'm not talking. The reason why he is good here, contrary to what I just said, is Spirit of the Forest. So this is going to be my Spirit of the Forest. The reason he's better here as Spirit of the Forest is Spirit of the Forest does more damage the closer the balloon is to him. And you'll see that when we actually build him. But basically the idea is Spirit of the Forest wants to be near where all the balloons have to go. And Jungle's Bounty wants to be near a banana farm. So if I'm going to stop at Jungle's Bounty, I want to be over here. Actually, I probably want to be like here so that he can still shoot, but whatever. I want him to be here so that he can farm better. Spirit of the Forest wants to be here so that he will actually clear better. Anyway, problem. Camos. We were seeing a lot of camos. What do we do about it? We could actually put down a Spike Factory. Spike Factory, see camo. I saw some camo LEDs, so if I could do this, I would. Plasma Blast to see camo. Ultravision to... Oh, sorry. Ultravision to see camo, Plasma Blast to pop LED. That would be an option. What I will do instead of doing that is... Screw it, we can now buff the freaking Druid. I just want to... Give this guy Acidic Mixture Tip. I will give this... And then I will upgrade this guy to Double Shot. So now he can pop LEDs. I'm going to put this on Camo Prio because the Druid cannot see Camo. So now that he is no longer the last line of defense, I want him to be popping the things that the Druid cannot. So now this guy is better at popping Camo, and he can pop LED because of this guy. I'm actually going to give him Berserker Brew. So because I saw a lot of balloons leaking, so I want to give him more ability to pop more balloons. That is my line of thought. And we're still leaking. That's okay. Now that Sada's not attacking, because she doesn't attack when she's using the ability, so that's why I was waiting. And also, this is kind of a nice place. I didn't do that on purpose, but this is a good place because somehow the swords hit across this. I don't know, they're really fat. Sada's swords need to go on a diet. They can hit across this little gap, and that makes it really nice to put Sada's swords on one side of them. Because it actually, here specifically, because it hits twice. Anyway, these are all full. I have wasted quite a lot of money. I actually might have been able to go straight for Spirit of the Forest there, but I'm trying to demonstrate how to use these. You saw I could deposit there, but I don't want to. And this is the trick that I was talking about. So I'm going to collect all now, just to demonstrate. And when this thing starts glowing... Okay, I need more. I need more Jitsu. Do I lose? I lose. Okay, fuck it. I'm paying money. Just because I don't want to deal with getting back to 55. I may or may not do that if I wasn't on video. That's just because I wasn't paying attention. I was trying to explain what I'm doing. I'm trying to demonstrate what happens when you have this. You cannot go for this. When you go for this, the bank will automatically collect. And the point of this bank is not so much to make money, but to tell us when we have to click and collect money from these guys, which are doing the real money making, so to speak. So I want this because it tells me, it glows and tells me, hey, click on me, instead of automatically collecting, which I may miss. The reason I don't go for IMF loan is because IMF loan has a larger cap on how much can be in it. So it will fill up slower. Even though it makes more money, it will fill up slower, and the point of it is to prevent me from wasting money on these IMF loans. Why is it here? Don't know. This is not a great place for it. I'm not even sure if I think it's in range of this Druid. If If I was placing it again, I might place it a little closer. If Jesus was placing it, he would do something like this, or he would be placing it like, he would be doing this. He'd be doing it with all of his farms. He would get here, do that. He would put it there. Screw that. I don't want to do that. I'm saving money. This can be stronger stimulant. Clearly, Sada is no longer up to the camo's task. Okay, Sada is really no longer up to the camo's task. She is really starting to struggle. I'm going to do this. And now he should deal with anything except lead. And when he gets buffed, he should deal with it. So that's fine. This icon is a loan. I could actually take a loan. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. Fuck it, fuck it, fuck it. How much is the loan? 9,000. 9,000 times 3 is 27,000. 27,000 is... So at 10,800, I'm going to take out a loan to buy Spirit of the Forest. I believe that is ideal gameplay. 10,700. 3 loans. I'm going to start paying it back, and I screwed up the math at some point. Fine. Screw you. Spirit of the Forest. There we go. Spirit of the Forest. He has top path, so he can break camos. He is Spirit of the Forest, so he can... Oh, sorry. God damn it. He is top path, so he can break lead. He is Spirit of the Forest, and that means that these track brambles can pop camo. And these track brambles will do damage to any balloon on top of them, regardless of how many balloons there are. This is the only tower in the entire game that can do damage to an infinite number of balloons at the same time. Fun fact. That makes him really strong, especially for a track like this that is kind of long. The balloons have to spend a lot of time on him. I will show you a map where that's not so much the case, but Spirit of the Forest is basically always good. You will see 3 different types of vine. These vines do little damage, these do good damage, these do lots of damage. You will notice they are close to him. That's how this guy works. And that is why this guy is a better Spirit of the Forest than this guy. Because this guy would have like 1 of the strong vines right there. I'm still paying back my loan, but I don't care. This guy is really strong. You know what? I'm getting even that. Spirit of the Forest will also give you money at the end of every round. So every time a round ends, he gives you $1,000, which is pretty sweet. So after, what is it, 40 rounds he pays for himself? I mean, he costs a lot of money, so that's not going to happen. His ability also now, however, if we pay attention, I'm actually going to... He has the same ability icon as this guy, so I'm going to click on him. We have 175 lives. Now we have 200 lives. He gives you 25 lives every time you use his ability. Really, really great. This guy is a fantastic, fantastic cleanup tower. Again, what is our next threat going to be? Maybe the fortified Zomig? I honestly don't even know if that's going to do it. Maybe just because it has so much health, but this guy is so good at cleaning ceramics. That's the thing. So, maybe that... Oh, look. So, this is what I was talking about. This glowing tells me that this bank is full. Which also, because of how I planned it, tells me that this bank is full. If I hit collect all, I make the money for all of them. So you know what I'm going to do with all this money? I'm going to get Dark Champion. Really sweet tower. I will cross path him with the top path because that's what most people do. Because, honestly, this guy does not actually need range. What he needs is more popping power, and that's top path. This guy has lots of attacks. They do extra damage to Moabs. They knock back anything that's not a Moab. They seek a little bit. They bounce around like Quincy's. And I can put him anywhere on the map. Because he's Batman. And that's why he doesn't need range. Is as long as this ability is up, he is everywhere, if I'm paying attention. I shouldn't do this.
Clean cuts.
So, what is this guy now weak to? If I move him out here. Because he is top path, there is a purple balloon, which is immune to lasers and plasma. which are both of the tops. Actually, by default, purple balloons are immune to all of these guys. Even the true Sun God, which is the most expensive tower in the game, especially if you do him right. Ask me another time about how to do him right. Don't talk to me about the fucking true Sun God right now. All of these are weak to purples, except if there's a monkey knowledge that makes him not weak to purples, but whatever. Purples are vulnerable to sharps though, and they are also vulnerable to Spirit of the Forest. And there is nothing that spawns a purple, which means that as of now, this guy has no weakness whatsoever, realistically, because this will always pop all purples, and this guy can pop anything besides a purple. Can this handle a fortified bat? I don't think so. Fortified bats are really scary, but we'll find out. Let's move this guy back up front. How would I pop a fortified bat? I might go for Moab Eliminator. I would definitely go for Balloon Solver. Again, that's a shitload of damage. Honestly, more Dark Champions would not be a bad way to go. The most troll thing to do is, on this map, you can remove this, and if you have enough money, you can grab, not that, Megalodon. Megalodon will, if you max him out, one-shot a fortified bat, because he can. If you had enough money, there is enough room in this lake that will prop up here to get a boat paragon. That would also do it. There's a number of things like that you could do. But anyway, let's go find out how good this setup is. Sorry. As you can see, that was my first clear of alternate balloons rounds on this map. I only had to save scum once. I don't know why I'm still collecting that. I'm not going to buy anything else. So obviously the first clear you get more money. Money is good. I have been looking for money because I tend to spend a lot of money on continues when I play contested territories. For the same reason I spent one here. I am way too lazy to do all the early rounds over and over again. I think even with that continue, I'm making money off this, so yeah, cool. You know what I really wish we could do is get the race button. Races are good because you can send rounds early. You know who's really good in a race? This guy. You know why? Because he can pop every balloon on screen at the same time, no matter how many there are. Meaning, if you send every single round at the same time, he will struggle as much as if you sent the most difficult round by itself. More or less, because I mean, he's still auto-attacks. But that makes him really, really strong. Secondary point to know, I did build an extra farm, okay. But look how much money these guys are making. Compared to the last game with marketplaces, this is why banks are so much better. I have a crazy amount of money.
Clean cut and still cuts a tomato.
How much of it is because of these guys? Actually, not a bad amount of money. This actually is his upgrade price, right? So we have reached the point where this guy is getting really close to having been straight up free. Which is stupid, but Middle Path Druid is a really good tower, if you ask me.
Cool.
Anyway, I'm just gonna casually alt tab out. Oh boy, this has been an hour-long video. Ha! Nice. Yeah, take that. Screw you, Karen. You get to watch an hour-long video. Or maybe you've left by now. I don't know. If you haven't left, ha! I made you watch an hour-long video of balloons. So how many of Sada's lines have you caught and understood? Remember when I told you she's Korean? She's Korean.
Still cuts a tomato.
You know what else is Korean? Not that. Fuck. I'll try again.
Clean
Yeah.
cuts and still cuts a tomato.
Oh shit, this is round 99. I hadn't noticed. We are doing a lot better than we did last time, huh? Let's use the assassinate. Let's stab him. There you go.
I could have popped that.
Those were Korean. There we go.
My blade's legendary. Attack!
See, that guy's OP.
Run!
Shit. Can we clear this?
Leaping sword.
That guy has huge range against the BAD.
Leaping
I think we can actually clear this. Wow. Maybe.
clean cut. Oh, I
Ah.
could have popped that.
Close. I probably could have done it if I used more abilities. Whatever. That was obviously... Thank you, Sada. That was obviously a lot better than last time. Why was it better? Well, I bought more expensive towers. Both of these towers are more expensive than the towers I bought last time. Why could I buy these? Well, A, I had more farms. But I had a lot of surplus money. And all of that is enabled by the fact that I used a hero that took over so much early game that I didn't have to worry about defense. And I could just farm. Play fucking Economy Simulator. Anyway, who did damage? Sada. She did a lot more damage than Quincy. I didn't check at the end of round 80, but I'm 90% sure this is more damage than Quincy did. Most of this damage will have been early, though, before the balloons started getting big and fast and tough and going past her. And also before I got this guy, who pops lots of balloons before we get to her. Her real strength is early game. Like you saw, she can handle early game basically by herself, which gives me the ability, rather, when using her to just do this. This guy actually got pops almost comparable to Sada, mostly because ability. He's really strong against blimps, and there were lots of blimps. This guy sucked. I never upgraded him. I put 400 money in him. He barely got any pops for the entire game, but he did his job. Do you remember what his job was? It was to pop leads for Sada before she hit... Come on. Ugh, can I not look at... Before she hit whatever level it is where you can pop leads. Whatever. I forget. This guy popped 32k. Again, his job was to hit camos. He hit camos. This guy did almost nothing. His job was to buff people. He buffed people. This guy got 1.2 million pops. Million with an M. Really, really strong tower. And, he wasn't getting that many for the last 2 rounds with the bad, because his specialty is not a blimp. His specialty is lots of things, not one thing. This guy is also really competitive, which makes sense because he's the most expensive tower on the map. How much did these guys get? Well, these guys got no pops. This guy actually got 60,000 pops, though, even though he's not on the track. He could not ever shoot things that are on the track until the very end when we got fucking BADs here, and he got 60,000 pops with his thorns. Like I said, middle path druids, really good. You should try them out. Highly recommend. Anyway, anything else we can do? Can we make this more annoying for you to watch? ABR 20. What the hell is ABR 24? Hang on. Oh, you son of a... This is the most troll thing in history. This guy cannot ever pop a lead, right? This guy will never pop this. Oh. Oh my god. Why are you doing this? Where is the thing that we need to click? Yeah. So the thing we need to do is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Alright, so that gets us that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1. Shit! I miscounted! Screw it. Screw it. That's good enough. There we go. And then you put a ninja here. Actually, I think you have to put the ninja earlier. But I think you're supposed to do like this. Pop them all. Oh, you're supposed to be good at the game, but that's how you fucking do it. I don't know how to use that fucking sword. Have I ever... I don't think I've ever actually cleared that map. I just know that it's there. Where the hell even is that? That challenge kind of pisses me off. That's a stupid challenge. Which freaking map is that? Whatever, it's a map. Fuck it. Yeah. There it is. It's Ravine. You know what's a worse map than Ravine? Muddy Puddles. Let's look at Muddy Puddles really quick to see why Muddy Puddles sucks. Oh, wow. There's only one path balloons are going down? Well, let's play Soda right here. She'll deal with this, whatever. And the balloons are going down a different path. This map has... these...
Oh, I could have popped that.
Okay.
Fleeting sword.
This map has 4 different tracks. I think there's 2 variations. One of these has 5 tracks and they go on 2 at a time. 4 different tracks. Each round they go on a different track and all the tracks are short. And you don't have a lot of places to place things. This map sucks. It's really hard. Anyway, let's sell Soda and lose. It'll actually take us a second to lose, because I have these, fuck you. I have these free tacks at the beginning of a game. That's a monkey knowledge. You should get that monkey knowledge. It's in powers, I think. Alright, we're gonna lose this round. And there. Yeah, fuck you, Muddy Puddles. There's a way to solve that. You just do not go Soda. You go one of these guys. Maybe this guy would be best. You just have to really focus on defense, and you have to be really good at the game, and then it's like playing chimps, because if you play chimps, you're not allowed to... Well, there you go. You're not allowed to have continues or hearts lost. You're not allowed to sell towers, and you're not allowed to place banana farms. Which makes it really hard. If you want chimps, I will show you chimps later. Right now, I've been talking for too long and I'm losing my voice. And I'm going to stop the video before we get to an hour and a half. So, I hope you have enjoyed some part of this absolute farce of a video. Or not. If not, then screw you for making me make this. If you have, then also screw you for making me make this, but also thank you. And, yeah. Bye!